Oh man. So this is a somewhat special episode of Nick and Lars Notes.
That's right. Hopefully you can tell from the audio quality, which should be of a higher caliber.
Whoa, we're not talking into my cell phone while we stand outside the theater like normal?
With wind whipping through.
Oh man, that was my favorite when there was a windy episode.
Yeah, well, it was ambient. It just adds more character to it.
Yeah, turn your bass down for that one.
Anyway, so we're here actually at my house using a decent microphone to watch a Goofy movie.
Yeah, you guys have heard in a couple of episodes we've mentioned that Nick has not seen this one. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he oughta. I feel like it's one everybody ought to see at some point.
Classic Disney film.
Yeah.
So I'm calling this a lost episode because in the fiction of our podcast, we would have seen it in 1995 or whenever it came out.
Yes.
And only being released now in 2016.
We're Highlanders, and we've been doing this forever. You know, we've got some episodes are on like little wax cylinders and stuff. You know, but
I like the idea of like an immortal doing a podcast.
Yeah, you know, honestly, it was goofy in the beginning because we were just yelling at rocks. But yeah. This is a lost episode. It's the Goofy movie one, and we found it, and now you guys get to listen to it.
Yeah, all right. Mm-hmm. So you've already seen it, so you know what to expect. Mm-hmm. I'm just expecting like a fun ride. I'm sure it'll be great.
Yeah,
it's not going to be Casablanca, but it'll be fun.
It's totally Casablanca. No, I mean, you're pretty right on. Pretty spot on. Yeah,
just an enjoyable romp. Mm-hmm. About a father and son.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, you're pretty much you're checking every box. You're kind of because you got a really good idea of what to expect. I'd say.
All right. Yeah, not much to predict about it. It'll be a good movie.
My dad took me and my brother to this when it came out.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, it was nice. You know, it was a little. Yeah, I don't know.
It was a simpler time, you know. Mm-hmm. You could be a cool kid by having your shoelaces undone. Max, I always thought that was cool.
Yeah.
He has a nice design. Very 90s, though.
Yeah, oh gosh, it was the 90s, huh? What year was this movie? We'll come back and we'll have that information.
Yeah. It's a teaser for later.
Yeah. Well, anywho, I guess should we go ahead and watch this one?
Yeah.
Whee!
And we're back.
All right. We just finished watching a Goofy movie in your living room.
That's right.
Yeah, we're back from the living room.
Yeah. As the name suggested, it was a Goofy movie.
Yeah. How did you
not
like it? What? How did you like it? How did you like it?
I liked it. It was good.
Yeah.
You know, it was exactly what I was expecting, but with even more gags.
Yeah. You know, it's funny because this movie came out in 1995. This movie's 21 years old, and there's a couple of 90s references, Max's baggy pants and a reference to the MTV generation.
Right, who are now our adults.
Yeah. They're all 21 years older.
Yeah.
But, I think it aged really well, you know?
Like, when you make a movie that's kind of just about a human thing, like a father-son relationship, it lasts forever.
Yeah,
and it felt really genuine and sincere.
Yeah.
Considering it was like two cartoon characters. It really worked.
It's funny because, there were parts where we were watching and you were like, come on. You were like, this is preposterous, you know? And then, like with the waterfall and, like, them going over the waterfall and whatever, and you're like, come on.
I guess my critique is... Everything about it was successful except linking the two worlds of real, genuine feelings and cartoon. Because, like, they have a real moment. Screw you guys with spoilers. You've seen it.
Yeah.
I'm the only person in the world who hasn't seen it.
Well, and if you haven't seen it, go out and see a Goofy movie, you guys. Yeah. You ought to check it out. It's real good.
But, like, I don't know. They have a real moment, except Bigfoot is there.
Right.
It's like, what? I don't know. Am I supposed to believe in this or what? Because it doesn't feel genuine if Goofy has a fishing line pulling up a car.
Well, I mean, you know what? It's so wild because like I said, I think I said earlier, you know, my dad took me and my brother to see this movie when we were little, mm-hmm. And it's so funny because I'm watching this movie and I'm realizing how formative it was for me, because. Maybe it's because when I was a kid when I watched it, but the marriage of serious emotional stuff and ridiculous cartoon physics happening like doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I love that stuff whenever I see it, like in things, you know, when there's like, you know, some crazy stuff and some grounded stuff and they're right next to each other, and like I would argue that whole thing, it's like, if, you know, I would complain if Goofy pulled the car back from the waterfall, you know, but the fact that he's just delaying the inevitable for the sake of the gag, I'm like, well, that's a cartoon thing to happen, you know. And then when Max does the cast and draws him up, I felt like that emotional moment landed. Like, they sold it. They cut back and forth like you know, several times and took their time and let those emotional moments land, even when they were happening in the middle of something impossible.
I agree with you. My problem is just it's a little jarring between the emotional beats to the action beats, but once we're in each one, it feels right.
Okay,
it's just getting there, and cool. it's not a real critique either.
Yeah, and
you know,
I mean, and you know what, the thing is, like, if it jars you, if it feels jarring to you, then that's the effect the movie's having on you. Yeah. You know, and I mean, you know, it's not jarring to me, but that doesn't mean that reaction is wrong. You know, it just means that I'm just really accepting of that.
Right. Now, for actual narrative beats, there were a couple unrealistic parts where he says to Roxanne, "Sorry, I need to cancel the date because, you know, my dad took me on this fishing trip." She goes, "Oh, I see." Like, what? Yeah. She doesn't believe him? Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah, and it all happens kind of fast, and it's definitely like, that's totally fair. That's totally a fair note.
"Oh, well, I'm going to go to the concert." Blah, blah, blah. She goes, "Oh, really? I believe that. I believe that over your dad taking you on a fishing trip." And I get that they needed that moment to be when he makes up the lie to motivate the whole movie.
You need to motivate the whole movie with that moment.
It was a little clumsy.
You know, it was a little. It's a little clumsy in terms of the writing. I feel like for what they wrote, they executed it really well. But
yeah, no, it's true.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, it's tough because, you know, it's like, well, if they have a reasonable conversation and are just sort of reasonable about this, then there's no movie.
Right. Well, like there's just a scene once they make up, Goofy and Max. Then we cut to Max having explained the entire situation to Goofy, and now Goofy's on his side and wants to help him. Right. Power line. Whereas if he just said that at the top of the movie, it would have been fine.
Although he does try to say it to his dad, like, while they're going on the vacation. He's like, "You don't understand, there's this party," and then Goofy cuts him off.
Okay.
And says, like, you know, "Oh, I've been, you know, when I was your age, I was never invited to a party, and look at me now."
He does say that.
Yeah.
You're right. And I'm picking it apart because I love the rest of the movie, and everything else about it's pretty much flawless. I love it.
Yeah. I mean,
and just jumping on the stage with Powerline was a little weird because Powerline just, I don't care.
He rolls with it. He's like, it's fine.
They know the moves.
These guys, yep. Max has been practicing them all year for his little show, and Goofy's got the perfect cast, so works out.
It was just fun. It was just fun to watch. I thought it was paced really well. It was always in motion. There was always a new thing happening. And it was just engaging all the way through.
But they did know how to take their time for those emotional moments. And there were a bunch of them. There was, you know, when dude, how about that hot tub scene?
Oh, yeah. That was so funny. I was laughing throughout it just because it was staged so dramatically. And they were playing it so straight.
Oh,
but Goofy looks like a doofus idiot.
I know. Dude. That scene, like, I never forgot that scene. Like, I was a kid when I first saw that, but it's like, it's resonated with me, like, forever.
It's great, and you could take those principles and apply it to, like, a mob movie or something, where he's in the hot tub, and it would work perfectly.
All these, like, worm's eye view shots, where you're, like,
shooting it.
Yeah, you're shooting it from under the bubbling water, with you're shooting it from just above. That lighting coming up, so good. Oh, man.
It's great.
Yeah. I probably hadn't even been in a hot tub when I was, like, you know, first seeing this movie. And now, like, I've been in hot tubs, and I'm like, that is how the lighting works, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
the illumination is in the hot tub.
Mm-hmm.
Man.
I don't have any complaints really. I mean, I picked apart little small moments, but overall it was so successful. And let's talk about the animation. The animation was so good.
Oh, it really is, right? And I think it's all traditional. I don't know.
Oh, no, yeah, it has to be.
I know that. Yeah, 1995. Nobody's got cell phones. Cell phones would have simplified this movie so much, right? You know, could have been like, I mean, although, the point is that he doesn't want to admit to the lie, during the course of the movie. It still could have worked. You could set this movie in modern day, and there would have been a couple of cell phones around, and it wouldn't be that different necessarily.
Yeah, he needs to talk to Roxanne, and so he just goes to her house. So it would be solved through like a video chat or something in 2016. But I mean, the beats are still the same.
Yeah. It would be social media that everybody would find out that Max was supposedly going to the Powerline concert and knows Powerline and all this stuff.
Yeah, but it's also...
Yeah. Whereas in this movie, he has to run into PJ to find out that everybody's talking about it.
Yeah, but then it still makes for a great scene that they keep bumping into each other, so it's successful.
Yeah, no, really, really good. So, yeah, and dude, like, I mean, I don't know, I'm just, like, looking back at this, and I was, like, a little kid, and I'm like, man, is this movie the reason for just, like, my hopeless romanticism sometimes, Just, like, I don't know. I think I'm, like, looking attracted to women that look like Roxanne, maybe? I don't know.
So, I guess
she's a very pretty teenage dog person.
I guess my problem with this movie is that because it's in the Goofy world, everyone is sort of a human dog.
Everybody's dog people.
They're basically human, except they have like a dog nose on them.
Yes.
And ears.
Roxanne didn't have ears. She had hair that covered her ears.
It's just funny to see, like these teenagers, except they're wearing white gloves and dog ears. And
right.
It's just a little silly, but like you forget so quickly.
Yeah,
they're well designed.
Mickey and Donald have a cameo.
Yeah,
but as you were saying with the animation, like they move so well too. Like I mean, we talked about the staging, but also just like there's a real sense of physicality. Yeah. To the animation, the volumes are and a sense of weight, and it all feels really, really solid. And you commented during the movie that they were snapping into poses really well.
Yeah, and Goofy especially had these great overshoots. You can't see what I'm doing podcast, but he would like hit one frame and then boom back into the next position. It felt good. It just looked really cool.
Yeah, because that's Goofy. He's clumsy, so all of his motions are too big. So he has to go, like, whatever pose he's settling into, he'll find the biggest way to get there.
Uh-huh.
And that's why he's such a disaster all the time.
Right.
Yeah. So great movie. So how would you rate this movie?
Like, okay, I might actually take your scale, which I criticized last time, but...
or the time, yeah.
But this time, there's nothing I would really change about it, so, 10 out of 10, I guess.
Wow. I mean, yeah, okay, and to be fair, like, I mean, if you're gonna make a movie about the character Goofy, like, definitely you could not make a better one than this one.
Yeah, it was a bold choice to put real father-son moments in it. It could have just been a cartoon, but it wasn't. It was more than that. Like, you come away not having learned something, but having experienced what they experienced. And it's cool to see a Goofy movie. You wouldn't expect it.
Oh man, I remember talking about this movie afterwards with my brother and my dad, and we're like, "Oh, that was so cool." And my dad's like, "No, he shouldn't have messed up a school assembly like that." Like,
so he's on Goofy's side 100%.
I guess so. Yeah, that's kind of like the the thing about like seeing a movie like this that starts with a father-son conflict with your father.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, well, you're gonna come down on different sides at the beginning for sure.
I'd also say that throughout the movie, Goofy lost so much. Like his car was destroyed nearly by the end of it. He lost all the things that they packed. That was an expensive vacation. I
have to imagine that Goofy. The thing is, like, that's gotta be like a pretty regular thing for Goofy. Given
he's
that
he's Goofy. Things.
I have to imagine that he's like insured for a lot of stuff, and that he pays really high premiums.
That makes sense. At the end, he does crash through their house. And he almost like kills him and Max without when he's not paying attention on the road. His life must be a series of disasters.
Oh, dude, he's got to have so many points on his license.
Oh,
except
that's true.
nobody ever stops him. Nobody ever calls him out on it. Like, you know, like he never hits another car, you know, and has to exchange information with somebody.
Uh-huh.
He just, like, almost hits other cars and then, like, hits inanimate objects.
Right.
And, yeah, so I mean, it's not... Yeah, you're not necessarily going to go to prison for your driving in those conditions.
Now, he did kill a mime at one point in this movie and just walked away.
Okay. But to be fair...
It was manslaughter, technically.
Yeah, but also it's like... What are the rules? What are the rules in this universe? Like, did he kill that mime by using finger scissors to cut an invisible rope?
It would be a tough sell in court to say that magic exists. And
yes.
if he killed him with magic.
I would not want to be that prosecutor.
No, that's a tough sell. Although there is a dead man.
Yeah, there's dead... We do have a body.
Crushed by a piano. It's gruesome.
It is.
It's so hard to print out, too.
It was really funny. Oh, man. Dude, okay, so one other thing I want to talk about is the songs, you know? Like,
I didn't know it was a musical going into it.
You know,
I was pleasantly surprised.
Okay, so I definitely remembered. I mean, I'm sure I've seen this movie since like it came out and I was little, but like I kind of it's been several years, I think, since I've seen this movie, and I had forgotten about the songs other than the Powerline songs,
mm-hmm.
like, you know, at the assembly and at the concert. Forgot about those other ones. But what's funny is I think the reason that I forgot about them was not that they were bad, but that they were really well integrated with the movie and that they had enough gags going on during those where you're like laughing at the gags, but then like, okay, but no, I still kind of want to pay attention to what's going on. Like, you know, like the movie's a musical, but it's not like a Disney movie where the song starts and the movie comes to a dead stop.
Yeah, and they sing about their feelings for a while.
Yeah.
They actually get somewhere in the story through their songs.
Yeah, and there are jokes happening during the songs.
Yeah.
Like, the visuals are so much fun during every song.
That's right.
Yeah, because, and I was going to say, bringing it back around, I wanted to point this out because you don't necessarily go for songs in movies. Like, sometimes you're like, that was probably what I would have taken out. Like, Angry Birds, you were saying you would have taken out some of the musical parts of that movie.
Well, because it was gratuitous. If there's a musical in a movie, it needs to be justified. It needs to drive the story forward somehow, or explain a character's motivations in a way that you couldn't without a song, without like a real break to look at it and examine it. And in Angry Birds, it was just a dance number, so who cares? It didn't mean anything.
Yeah. I mean, and like with Angry Birds, it was either like a montage or it was just brief enough that I just kind of like was, well, whatever, you know? So I guess the point I'm making is that I think that I tend to be more forgiving of musical numbers in a movie than you are, and yet you give this movie kind of your stamp of approval.
Well, yeah, it was. You know, he's singing in the beginning about how, like, oh, this is the day it's going to happen. And, you know, just Powerline song, and then I'm getting these out of order, but...
No, that's right.
He and his dad make up through a song and learn to, like, love each other again. So they all serve a purpose, and they're all driving the story. So, yeah, I'll give it a pass.
Yeah.
And it's not... I love musicals, so I'm not giving it a pass.
Okay.
I just every song needs to have a purpose.
I didn't know you loved musicals.
I love musicals.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just at work yesterday, or I was listening to the Book of Mormon again.
Oh, dude, I love Book of Mormon.
Yeah, it's great.
I didn't know you loved musicals, though. I don't know. I think, you know what, I think that most of the time that we've talked about it is we're reviewing a movie, and it'll be something that's more gratuitous, and then you'll say like, well, that's the part I would have taken out, and I'll be like, oh, no kidding.
We've seen, you know, Hotel Transylvania and DreamWorks movies and Sony, and they just do it so that kids will have something to look at.
Yeah.
Whereas Disney is pretty good about their musicals. They'll use it a lot for their I want moments in the beginning with the princesses, like, here's what I want to do, and they'll have it in pivotal scenes where it's not like it grinds to a halt, but it explains something.
Sure. Yeah.
That was badly said. I'm gonna edit that out. But the point is, this movie used it effectively.
Okay, cool. Well, great. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I definitely want to give this movie a 10 out of 10.
Great.
You know,
10 goofs out of 10 goofs.
Yeah, and it's funny though because at the same time I feel like I need to like look at your thing where you're saying like, well, though, is this movie as good as like Toy Story or something? You know, like is it as good as a movie?
No, it definitely
isn't.
Yeah.
So that I think I'm thinking more like maybe if I go by that, so like as far as movies like about Goofy goes, like absolutely 10 out of 10. Holy cow! Like it's really what
as far as movies about Goofy goes,
this 10 out of
10.
This movie is 21 years old. The pacing is perfect. It's like absolutely holds up. It doesn't feel slow like a lot of older movies. The pacing is like still as rapid fire as anything people are making today.
Yeah.
The movie holds up really, really well. Like I'd say like definitely see this movie.
Yep. I'm sure most people listening to this have.
Yeah. I mean I hope so.
I should think so.
Yeah. We did watch this on a DVD. There's yet to be a Blu-ray release for this movie, and it's not like I'm going to start a petition for that to happen or anything. But but they should do that.
Yeah,
that would be good if they did that.
Remaster it.
Yeah, well, because we had to watch it in standard def, and it's like I want widescreen because it's the future now.
Well, was it done in widescreen?
I'm sure it was because it was released in a theater. I saw it in a theater when I first saw it.
So we missed a lot of
stuff on the sides. Stuff. Yeah, I'm sure that. So
what a weird throwback.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a standard definition movie, or not standard definition, but like that 4:3 aspect ratio in a long time.
Yeah, no, we did have these like empty black bars in your TV set.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Trailer report.
The trailer report. Yeah, so I'm gonna say 9.5, but for a Goofy movie, like for a movie about Goofy, 10.
Yeah, I'll say that too. Like, for a movie about Goofy, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
If I'm comparing it to, I don't know, Godfather or something, 7.
Come on, dude. It's more than a 7. I mean, you gave like, I don't know, what'd you give Ratchet and Clank, man?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are very inconsistent.
I mean,
it's based on my mood coming out of the theater. But then if I say...
See, now I'm criticizing your rating.
Then if I say 8, then every movie's an 8.
No, dude. I mean, because then it's like, because what did we give Angry Birds? Did we give it an 8?
All right, hold on. Hotel Transylvania is now a 3. Ratchet and Clank is now a 5.
Okay.
Goofy Movies is a 7. What was the other one? Angry Birds is a 6. How's that?
I love it because we're taking turns shattering each other's rating systems. You're like bringing mine lower, and then I'm bringing yours like miles lower. You're like, I'm just gonna cut all my ratings in half. Like, so.
Well, I want to give this one a 7, therefore everything else has to be lower.
Okay, but you started out wanting to give this a 10.
I give it a 10 for being a movie about Goofy.
Okay, so like what if
10 out of 10 best Goofy movie I've ever seen.
What if we're rating this on like a What if we're rating this on like school? Like what if a 7 is a C?
It's average. Mm-hmm.
Would you call this an average movie?
Well, no, but then that's what I'm saying. I would give it a B+, but then every movie that I see gets a B+. So therefore the rating is arbitrary because I'm saying every movie's an 8. Then
okay.
Who cares?
All right.
We may as well not even rate it.
Okay.
That's not fair, though, because then once a movie's below 50, it fails.
You know what? Which I think is fair. Like, I think if a movie is less than 50, then I don't even want to see it.
True. Yeah, that's true.
And I think that a lot, dude, hundreds of movies come out every year. Mm-hmm. And also, dude, you got to remember that the average animated movie is better than the average live action movie.
Yeah, it's more care is put into it.
Yeah, I mean, remember there's like that article about a glut of animated movies or something where it's like 90% of movies are still live action. If anything, we have a glut of live action movies.
Yeah.
And then but then also just like, animated movies, like, not only are better than live action movies on the average, but they make more money than live action movies on the average as well. So
yeah, well, I mean, you get the kids and you get the parents.
yeah, well, yeah, and you got to justify the expense, because you can, make a live action movie for like $10,000. You shoot the whole thing on your like Prius backup camera or whatever the hell,
Your
your
Prius backup camera.
It's been I saw something on the internet where that was, I don't know if somebody actually shot a movie that way or if they were like it was a mockumentary of somebody doing that, but like that's not an idea that I had myself.
Oh, okay.
Like that, once again, I'm quoting the internet.
It's a funny concept, and I'm glad that you brought it to my attention.
Yeah, well,
I'm giving you credit for saying it out loud.
Cool, thank you. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what? But yeah, so live action people, they don't know how to draw. Screw those guys.
Worthless. Yeah.
Anyway. Goofy movie is some number, and you should see it.
Yeah. How about this? Like a thumbs up.
All the thumbs up. Definitely make good and see this movie, because it's good.
Make good and see this movie, everybody.
Trailer report.
Trailer report.
So the trailers in this movie.
It's funny because it's a 1999 era DVD.
Yeah. So
it's like, Aristocats, see it now.
Yeah. I believe the trailers... Yeah, Aristocats was part of the Disney Golden Collection, where they were saying every month we're going to release a DVD of another ancient Disney movie.
Yeah.
And then the main ones were Toy Story 2.
Right.
Which is a great movie.
It's a really good movie.
That one.
Yeah. See that.
What were the other ones? A Tigger movie.
Tigger movie. I always wanted to see that. I never did.
I never did it. Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
I want to check that out. We could do that. That could be another lost episode if we wanted it to be.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it'd be something that neither of us had seen. Mm-hmm. It's animated, whatever.
Little Mermaid 2.
Little Mermaid 2!
So
that was the other one.
What I like about this one is it's sort of the antithesis of the first, where her daughter now wants to return to the sea. And so
Which is the subtitle, Little Mermaid 2, Return to the Sea.
Oh, perfect. I'm glad you spelled that out first. So I want every other movie to be like a return to land, return to sea, return to land, just generations and generations.
Oh, they could land before time it. Just never stop making Little Mermaid movies. Little Mermaid 3, Back to Land. Little Mermaid 4, Back to the Ocean. Little Mermaid 5, Walking on the Sand. Little Mermaid 6,
Walking on the
around.
Sand.
Little Mermaid 7, I want some legs. Little Mermaid 8, I want some fins.
Except Assassin's Creed it, where it's like a generation later, so it's like a little bit in the future.
Oh my gosh. But you know what? It never quite reaches modern times, because Ariel got married at 16, so we're just like really short generations of mermaids. I realized that to do true Land Before Time, I'd have to come up with like 6 more Little Mermaid subtitles, but you get the idea.
You came up with a bunch of them.
I'm pretty proud of that. I feel I was pretty rapid fire. It's all improv.
Walking on Land.
Yep.
My
Little
fins.
Mermaid 9. Yep. Yeah. Little Mermaid 9. Oh, it's so hot up on the land. Little Mermaid 10. We got a hot crustacean band.
Okay. Hot crustacean band.
Yeah. Well, I'm just quoting lyrics now.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, because that's Under the Sea.
Is it one of the lyrics, Hot Crustacean Band?
Yeah, it's you know it's hot up on the sand. We got a hot crustacean band. Okay. You know it's hotter down in the water under the sea.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh man, you guys, I just sang for the audience. You guys are so lucky. Normally, you have to be out with me, and I have to be drunk.
Mm-hmm. We did have some beers, however.
We did, which is why this episode's going real good.
Yeah, it's a musical episode.
Yeah, and dude, I think I improv a little bit better. A little lubrication for my brain, than beers in there.
Yeah,
just a couple, so just
take
right.
the edge off.
Yeah, not overthinking it.
Right. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I actually did see Little Mermaid 2, at my little cousin's house, probably they're grown up now, but when they were little,
I'm upset
they had
you've
it on
taken
VHS.
this long to tell me. How was it?
No, it's not good. It's the same. She gets a couple of animal sidekicks as well. They're far less charming than Flounder and Sebastian.
Yeah.
Both in terms of their voices and in terms of their character design. The sea witch that makes a deal with her to turn her into a mermaid is like Ursula's sister. so that they can, have another sea witch showing
She
up.
seems skinnier.
Yeah, she's a skinny version of Ursula. But it's her sister.
Just keep it Ursula.
But Ursula died, and they don't want to resurrect her.
Forgot.
Yeah,
I should watch that again.
Yeah. I haven't seen Little Mermaid in a long time.
Same.
But yeah, basically the whole thing, dude, it's like, when you say it's like a reversal of the original Mermaid, like, you would not believe just how paint by numbers that reversal is. The entire movie feels incredibly obligatory, and really, like, this was in the era where all of the heirs started coming out of Walt Disney Animation Studios. I mean, we're talking, late 90s, when basically they started splitting up their talent pool to make these direct-to-video releases that were just a cash grab and not about the quality. And that was when we started to see this real dip in quality from Disney feature animation, and this loss of credibility.
Yeah.
From
it took them a long time to climb back up.
Yeah, and they're on top now. But
because they're making good content. Which gives me a little bit of faith in society, where if you do a bad job, eventually people catch on.
Yeah, because I guess it was like all in the early 2000s that was like the real lull in content from Disney, when you had kind of that transition from, like, I mean, I guess Home on the Range was like the lowest point. That was sort of rock bottom.
What was that one?
That one was Cows.
Oh.
It was their last hand animated movie. Until they brought it back briefly for Princess Frog. Yeah. But, yeah, Home on the Range, man. It's like about these 3 cows. And I might be remembering this, and I might be making it up. But these 3 cows decide to become cowboys and arrest some human outlaw to collect the reward money to save the farm. I haven't seen it, and I don't know if that's really the story, if I'm just making that up.
It sounds like the first idea that an executive comes up with 4 o'clock in the morning on Coke.
Yeah.
And they'll roll with it. It's a movie now.
Yeah, so that was like one of the last ones. It came out like after Emperor's New Groove, after Atlantis, after Treasure Planet. It was the last hand animated one they did.
Yeah.
Before that brief revival with Princess Frog.
Yep. Not that their 3D movies at the time were
the 3D movies. The 3D movies. Then they had like Chicken Little.
Yeah.
Meet the Robinsons, which I actually kind of like. Yeah, but I mean, it's still not super memorable.
No, it's not a Disney classic.
It's kind of all over the place. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
One last thing.
Oh.
I sent you this earlier today. I walked by a billboard for 9 Lives.
Oh, you did send it. I saw it. I did see it.
Yeah. I just love everything about this movie. I like all their marketing. It's gonna be so good. Their tagline is "His life just got put on pause," PAWS, which they also underlined just in case we didn't get it.
By the way, pause, like big underline, like, by the way.
Yeah. Do you get it?
This is
Do you
a
get
pun.
my joke? Do you understand? You simpletons.
Oh, God.
You'll also notice it says Kevin Spacey, and then it says me written in red with an arrow pointing to it. I guess presumably the cat wrote me.
Oh, does the cat have a marker in his paw? It's a red marker. He's the one.
I didn't notice that.
So Kevin Spacey as this cat is not only letting us know that Kevin Spacey is him, the cat,
which is kind of meta.
It's very meta, because he's like, this is me, which, by the way, this isn't my character name, but this is the actor who plays me, but it's still me, even though I'm the cat, not the actor.
There's a lot of complexity to this film.
Also, he apparently, with that same red marker, felt that it was very important that we understand this pun in this tagline. Since he's the one holding the red marker, I have to presume that he's the one who thinks that PAWS, put on pause, is very important to him, that we understand that.
Now, my problem with this is it kind of breaks its own rules, because in the trailer, he tries to write a message and is unable to because of his cat paws. But are we to believe from this billboard that he actually has good penmanship?
Right.
Perhaps by the end of the movie, he learns to write well as a cat.
You know what? I think we've just spoiled the ending of this movie for ourselves, because this is a movie where they care a lot about the consistency of the universe that they built, and they do not ever want to insult the audience intelligence.
Of course not.
By underlining puns in their tagline because they don't think the audience is going to catch it.
Right. Anyway, I'm excited for this.
Oh my gosh. I feel like no matter how drunk we are when we watch that movie, it's not going to be enough.
That's the sad reality, isn't it?
And by the way, that's not me saying that I don't want to watch it. I think we need to watch it.
It'll just be miserable.
I think we've talked it up so much. Dude, because honestly, I think that us coming out of the movie angry and complaining for however long, I think that makes a good podcast.
It would be funny if it was the only live-action movie we see for this show. Oh, we're going to see Ghostbusters.
We are just talking about Ghostbusters.
Right.
There is... How do you feel about Secret Life of Pets?
Yeah, I'll see it.
Okay, because that comes out this weekend. Like this next weekend. In a week.
It's pretty soon. We'll see.
It's pretty soon.
We'll see.
Yeah. On the other hand, you know what, dude? I'm really looking forward to doing the title graphic for this episode. Because it's going to be 2D, and I'm not going to have to do all that shading and digital painting.
Oh, that's right.
It's going to be so nice. It's going to be one that doesn't take 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. We'll just be dog people.
Yeah, dude. That'll be fun. We'll just draw us as dog people.
Yeah.
I don't even have to ask you, like, what do you...
White gloves.
Yep. That's right. I'll try not to forget the white gloves.
Great.
That'd be great. I'm excited.
Wait, if you draw like super baggy pants and like it's
we're cut off at the waist.
Okay, it's a baggy shirt then.
Okay.
And like stupid sunglasses.
You want the sunglasses?
Really bad '90s sunglasses. Like neon red or.
How about like sort of visor, like thin from top to... I don't know. That's more 80s? I guess.
No. Powerline has a visor, right?
He does, but it like... Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
I'll check.
I'll leave it to you.
Yeah, I'll do a Google image search on Powerline. Pull it up.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
That's like
very
more
rambling.
than everything. It's more than rambling, but I feel like it's all good. I feel like we got good energy tonight, and we're killing it with this podcast. It's a good episode.
We do say it to ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely killing it.
Oh, man. You guys. Definitely, it's not the 2 beers either.
No. Yeah. The more beers I have, the better I am. That's objective.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's what all the girls at the bars tell me.
All right.
I wish you guys could have seen the look we just exchanged. But you can't. Okay, bye.
Okay. Yeah, this has been Nick for Lars and Nick.
This has been a lost episode.
Oh, yeah.
And hope you guys enjoyed it.
All right, edit this out.
See Goofy Movie.
See Goofy Movie.